It was 3 months ago that infertility researcher Panos Zavos predicted that his Kentucky-based human cloning team would produce a pregnancy this year with the delivery of a cloned human being in 2003. Now he's confirmed that one of the first of several couples willing to try the controversial human cloning procedure is from this country, and they're identifying themselves publicly as Kathy and Bill. Critics say the technology has not been perfected and the procedure is too risky to try. Dr. Panos Zavos, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Matt. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Nice to have you here. Before we talk about this procedure, let's talk a little bit about this couple, Kathy and Bill. I know they want to remain anonymous, but tell me briefly about their history in trying to have a baby.
Well, obviously they are somewhat advanced in age. I think the wife is in the 40s and the man is in his early 50s, I believe. They have exhausted all possibilities of having a child using traditional means of conception, including IVF, and their only option left for them is obviously to get a biological child via reproductive cloning.
All right, in layman's terms and briefly, if you can, take me through the procedure. What exactly happens? I know we start with a donor egg.
We take the donor egg and we remove the nucleus from it. We place Kathy's nuclear material from a body cell, and we stimulate that entity, the egg and the nucleus, to undergo differentiation and reprogramming of that DNA, and that automatically enters into an embryonic stage and creates an embryo, and we stimulate that embryo to grow just like in an IVF program. And after we create that embryo, you cannot tell whether it's an IVF embryo or a cloning embryo. We grow it up to day 3 or 5, and then we transfer it in the woman's uterus, and we monitor the pregnancy for 9 months.
And when you say into the woman's uterus, into a surrogate mother, is that correct?
Well, in this particular case, I believe that we'll be using a surrogate because she's not capable of carrying the pregnancy. That's correct.
Does Bill have any role in this? Is any of his DNA involved in this embryo at all?
None whatsoever. Bill is offering Kathy all the moral support and the love that is needed for this to take place, and trust me, I know this couple well to tell you that it's an incredible couple with a lot of courage.
All right, now,
and a lot of determination.
If things go exactly as planned, will this baby look exactly like Kathy, the mother?
Well, exactly no. I think that it's going to be a lateral twin. That is, if Kathy's 44 years old, this twin will be 44 years apart. The fact that is growing in a different environment under different circumstances, although she would look like Kathy, she would not be exactly like Kathy, because out of 30,000 genes that are expressed during the development of this fetus, this baby, not all of them obviously act in the same way under various different circumstances.
Right.
And therefore, it would look like Kathy, but it would not be exactly like Kathy.
Critics, Dr. Zavos, say that this procedure isn't ready, that the risk of miscarriage in animals when this procedure is performed can be between 80 and 90%, and that some of the abnormalities, let me continue, you can answer it, some of the abnormalities that may develop might not be able to be detected with testing during the pregnancy. How do you answer that?
Well, that is, obviously, this statement is not accurate. I think that there are an awful lot of mishaps in this business because a lot of animal cloners got into this business for fame and fortune, and they created incredible results and monsters, and we don't intend to repeat those kinds of mistakes because in the IVF business for the last 25 years, we create only healthy children. Now, I'd be lying to you if I say that, you know, this is a perfect procedure.
Well, how would you calculate the risks? Have you calculated the risks as compared to a conventional pregnancy?
Well, it's very difficult for us at the moment to calculate anything because we've never done it. And if we never do it, we'll always be talking the same way, that because we haven't done it, we don't know, and it's too risky, and therefore we shouldn't be doing it. The moral of the story is that this is the time that this procedure needs to be tried, and we'll make every effort to make sure that this couple has a healthy child. And that's really pretty much the effort.
Is that, briefly if you can, is this legal here in the United States? It's my understanding you'll do the procedure elsewhere. Is it legal in this country?
Yes, it is. The House passed the bill, but the Senate never debated it, and George W. never signed it. Therefore, it is legal in this country, but we prefer not to do it here. We have better environments and conditions to do it elsewhere.
Panos Zavos.